Six-seeded Houston Baptist has been upset-minded since arriving in Conway earlier this week, toppling Stephen F. Austin and Sam Houston State to make it to the championship game. Today they face the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 20 consecutive victories with a 21st. They'll be dancing in the NCAA tournament. It's time to crown a Southland Conference championship here in Conway, Arkansas. As we take a look at how the bracket has unfolded for the past 2 days, the top 2 seed has swept their way all the way to the final. And, well, today the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi have a date with the 6th seed of HBU. Huskies looking to become the lowest seed to win it all after upsetting 3rd seed SFA on day 1. And just yesterday, knocking off 7th seed Sam Houston State. We welcome you here on the campus of Central Arkansas. Lincoln Rose along with Brooke Bentley. You see our matchup, the 1 seed versus the 6th seed. But Brooke, it's anywhere from 3 to 5 sets to determine one Southland Conference representative moving on to the NCAA tournament.
That's right. It does seem like Texas A&M Corpus Christi is the team with the destiny. I mean, they've led just about every statistical category in the Southland Conference, including defense. This team digs balls, and their coach said they want to play this game from the back of the court. Meanwhile, HBU is a big team. They're big up front. They're big at the net. They're big blockers, and they've been able to use that blocking to get them here to the finals.
Well, for HBU, just their 3rd year in the Southland Conference, they're relying on some new blood, including Bailey Banks this week announced the newcomer of the year in the conference.
That's right, an outside hitter, sophomore who transferred to HBU, and she's really come on strong this season. She's very much, I would say, a stabilizing force for this team. She's a good outside hitter, a good passer, and she had 14 kills in that upset over SFA, so she's really lived up to the moment here in the tournament.
Meanwhile, for the regular season champions out of Corpus Christi, Ivy Barsh, a true 6th-rotation star.
Yes, she has starred for this team since her freshman year. She's been a 4-year starter, and her coach can't say enough good things about her. Says, listen, she is our everything. She is a part of every touch. She's great from the back of the court on defense, and she does just as much on offense, and she really is the emotional leader as well.
It's already the most successful season in the volleyball team's history for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 30 victories. They'll need a 31st to move on to the big dance. It's coming up with opening serve next on ESPN3.
The Southland Conference is 4,200 student athletes from 13 member institutions, competing in 17 NCAA Division I sports. We are Southland Strong.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you. Freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Strength, power, and raw athleticism of elite student athletes will be on display. The sights, the sounds, the intensity of an NCAA championship. It all comes down to this moment, and the winner takes it all. Be there to share the experience with your family and friends. The 2015 NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championships, December 17th and 19th at CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Visit ncaa.com/volleyball to secure your championship experience today.
Going into the match, for us, it's been very basic for us the last few weeks. It's win the serve and pass game. When we serve aggressively and we pass the ball well and stay in system, we're tough to beat. Our hitting efficiency goes up, and it makes it very difficult on the other team with our big block for them to be efficient as well. So
game is played right on top of the net, that's probably their advantage. If the game is played in the backcourt and over the court entirely, then that's probably to our advantage. And that's what you should be looking for is it a net game or is it a full court game?
Moments away from opening serve, we get you the starting lineups for both squads. First up for Houston Baptist, about to play their third match in 3 days. You see, the libero will be Fuchs. This is a young lady who was an outside hitter for this program before she filled a much-needed role.
That's right. She came in as an outside hitter, and then the libero went down. She was able to take the place of the libero this season and really was able to provide the defense that HBU needed. HBU had struggled some with its defense and its serve-receive early in the year. They seem to have found that, especially here in the tournament, much of that due to Fuchs.
Meanwhile, Wooten and Dorpinghouse both second-team all-conference across the way. What a ride it has been for the folks down there in South Texas, the Island University. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, again, 30 wins, 20 in a row now. Looking for one more to get to their first ever NCAA tournament.
That's right, and they've done it so much with defense. If you look at Kate Klepekta, she led the conference in digs per set, averaging about 6.1, and she gets everything in the backcourt, really frustrates other offenses, and that's why they've been able to hold opponents to just a hitting at a clip of just a .142. And Klepekta, she's the heart of the defense, but we've talked about Ivy Barsh. She's the heart of the whole team, and she's really what makes this team tick.
Barsh, first team all-conference. Klepekta was your Southland Conference libero of the year. She's number 2 in the nation with more than 6 digs per set. Starters being introduced here inside the Fair Centers. Lincoln Rose along with Brooke Bentley with you, and one of these two teams will be capturing its first ever Southland Conference tournament championship.
That's right, and you have to think Texas A&M Corpus Christi feels like this is their year. They have been undefeated in conference play. They have been sailing through this conference tournament, but HBU has found itself gelling at just the right time. So many people saw so much talent on this HBU team. They have the height, they have the power, they have the blocking, but it just wasn't coming together for them during the regular season. Well, they found their servicey, they found their passing, and because of that, they've been able to get their middles and more involved in the offense, and it is clicking.
Well, they're both a long way from home, hailing from Houston and Corpus Christi, but here they are in Conway, Arkansas. They met early October. That one a sweep for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then when they met on the island, Islanders were taken to 4, but able to sweep the regular season series.
That's right. HBU had a tough end of the season. They lost their last 4, but all 2 really good teams, and they were on the road for 3 of those 4. So, it all starts over in the postseason. Corpus Christi may have won 20 in a row, but it doesn't matter unless you win this one game right here.
For HBU, that November 3rd loss was the first of 4 losses to end the regular season. They would capture one of the top 8 seeds, finish 6th in the standings among the eligible teams to move on. Well, all that matters is both of these teams are 2-0 here in Conway.
That's correct. And we are about to be underway.
Islanders will get the opening serve here from Kristen Nicholson, one of the talented sophomores down in the Dallas area from Louisville High School, former Fighting Farmer. Maldonado. Barsh able to tool the block for the opening point for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Well, I mentioned the touch from Maldonado a moment ago for the Islanders. And, well, for Shayla Maldonado, not just her first start this week, she's been battling knee injuries. It's her first playing time at all this week in the tournament.
Right, and what a way to start in the conference tournament for the first time this week. They will need her, though. That's why that she's in there, is they need that extra defense.
Dorpinghouse, the Californian, comes through, looking to extend her senior career at least one more game with a win today. Back set on the pin. Again, the libero, Klepekta. Looks for Barsh, too strong.
Now, Barsh swinging too high there. It's hard when you have such a big block like the HBU block puts up, and you're swinging high for the hand. Sometimes you have a tendency when the adrenaline is really going to swing over that block and hit it out.
Yeah, Barsh is a 5'9" outside hitter. She'll get this one over, no problem. I mentioned 5'9". If the Islanders get into their first ever NCAA tournament, she's going to be up against some impressive size, both at the middle and on the outside. She's going to have to focus more on tooling that block.
That is correct. You know, you really have to be wise with those big blockers, and she has great angles on her hips. She also has a very good vertical, so she sees the block well.
Hails from Arlington, from Martin High School, now in her final campaign with the Islanders.
And a very good dig there by Barsh.
This time they send it over towards Felix. Felix with the kill, and the Islanders with the edge.
Yeah, HBU didn't seal that block completely, and Felix saw a little bit of a seam there and was able to take advantage. You see right there, splits the two blockers. Ivy Barsh with a great ace there. She is among the leaders of aces in the program at Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Still playable. And the third swing from the left-hander. Carlson has it sent right back. Free ball. Will go the way of the Huskies.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi, not known for their blocking as part of their defense, a split there, but Kopeka was in the middle of the split, was able to get an arm on it. Unfortunately, that ball just goes out of bounds.
Serve belongs to Kayla Armour. And that an ace for HBU.
And that doesn't happen often for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They have a very good serve-receive team. That was a floater that just dropped a deceiving one.
Kayla's dad, Chip Armour, was on the Fab Five basketball team for Michigan, and it's back-to-back aces.
That is a wicked floating serve. I thought it was going out of bounds, and then at the last second drops down. Very hard to judge, and it's not something that you often do twice on Kate Kopeka.
Dad wasn't the only Division I athlete. Her mom, Michelle, swam for the Wolverines.
That's some good genetics.
It has led to a volleyball player who has a chance to play on the national stage in a couple of weeks. From the left pin. And the gentler approach pays off.
Great dig by Kristen Nicholson for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but just mishandled. If you see right here, there's a roll shot over, and Nicholson gets it up, but just mishandled there at the net.
Jessica Wooten creating the chaos on behalf of HBU that time. The Islanders will get the point right back, trailing by one here in the opening set.
And Morgan Carlson gives it a little shrug after that hit. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. She went off speed. She's been hitting hard and has been getting blocks, so she thought, why not change things up? And it worked for her.
Tip at the net. Third swing coming up into the tape.
HBU read that completely. You had Brittany Gilpin going in for the middle attack, and she's going to have two blockers right on her. You see right there, they read that all the way.
So HBU stretches its lead back to a pair. They again dropped the two regular season meetings against the regular season champion Islanders, but this is really all that matters this time of year.
I know, it's hard to believe you could win 20 in a row, and it all comes down to one. Those other 20 are basically erased.
There perhaps could be some ghosts haunting the Islanders in this building. Their last loss 21 matches ago came in this arena against Louisiana Tech at a tournament hosted by Central Arkansas. Well, HBU off to a hot start. This is no surprise to the opposing head coach, Tony Greystone, as well. He has known Trent Herman for quite some time now, HBU's head coach. Before both of them took the reins of their respective programs here in the Southland.
They've been travel partners this season, know each other's teams very well as well.
Down the middle. Off the scoreboard, still playable as long as it stays on your side and you still have a swing remaining. And another powerful swing that is simply too strong off the open right hand of Felix.
And it looks like the Islanders are getting a little frustrated about this big block. They're trying to swing around it, and they're swinging just outside their bodies and hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, as much as any other sport, it's about matchups, and HBU does match up well. here early on. Tip of the net. Huskies on a run.
Finding the Islanders out of position at times. I mean, that's a perfect example. Islanders out of position on defense, reach and touch the ball, and therefore lose the point.
Serve from Gallard. And there's that block paying off. The tandem of Dorpinghaus along with Zielinski.
Yeah, that block is so big. Look at that roof.
HBU looking to become the first 6 seed to capture the Southland title. Up by 5 here in the opening set.
Good to know.
We haven't had a chance to say it yet.
No, I said it.
Oh, well, earlier we did, but since the correction, we have not.
Okay. I mispronounced it right away. But that's what we were told. I swear.
Multiple sources. It's okay. Which?
The Texans won.
What would you like me to lead into coming out here for you?
Let's go back into the block for HBU. I'm just going to talk about how Dorpinghaus and Gallard are...
Well, at 6 feet 4 inches, the senior middle blocker, Allison Dorpinghaus, can compete, whether it be in the Southland or on the big stage in the NCAA tournament against just about anybody at the net.
That's right. I think it's no coincidence that HBU's been going on a run with her up front at the net. She and Gallard were 2 of the top 5 blockers in the conference this year.
Gallard had the serve. They get over the block that time. Swing into the net, and that will give the point over to the Islanders.
They both put up a very dominant block, and HBU has just been more disciplined, it seems like, in this tournament with their blocking. If you're big, you also want to have good net penetration and have a sealed block, and they've been able to find that to be much more imposing.
Maldonado's first serve of the tournament, and her service will continue back-to-back points for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, your top seed.
A very good block here by Brittany Gilpin. You see, she's able to read very well that quick set.
First team all-conference middle blocker, Gilpin, one of these standout sophomores. Right feature for both these programs. Tip of the net, point back over to the Huskies.
And that's Bailey Banks, the newcomer of the year. And she's really come on later in the year. Like we said before, a stabilizing force, good on defense, good on offense. But she can hit the ball hard, and she's got a great vertical. It's fun to watch her play.
And she initially signed with North Texas in Conference USA before transferring over.
That's an unforced error that you don't like to see, a double hit on a setter. Usually, I mean, it wasn't the best pass, but usually a setter handles that in a routine way, just a mental mistake.
Here's Haley Erickson, a former state champion out of Richardson, Texas. A service error will give a point right back over to the Islanders. Let's see if they can go on a run. They have not dropped a set in this week's tournament over the past 2 days. Right now, trailing by 4 during the first frame.
No, it has been smooth sailing for this crew.
HBU has landed several blows early on here.
Very nice dig by Brittany Gilpin.
Maldonado gets it over. Battle at the net, initially won by Barsh. And it'll pay dividends for the Islanders, who are back within 3.
And very smart play by Barsh. She didn't necessarily go for the power move here. She goes more for direction on the block. She sees it coming over, sees an empty space in the front court.
The serve from Gilpin. And a little miscommunication from the Huskies. They try to recover, but it'll go wide for the air.
Right, it's a backslide set that Dorpinghaus just didn't have the right timing on, and obviously an easy point then for the Islanders.
Gilpin again, the first team all-conference selection, is just a sophomore. They'll send it down the line. Big swing from Banks. Islanders have an answer. Again to Barsh. And we go wide of that double block. Banks again.
Very nice pickup dig off the block.
And Banks sails it long. That's that frustration that had built after being blocked the first time around.
That's right, and she had a very good swing early in the point. She has a very fast arm swing, but it was dug up, and she gets blocked, and then you get frustrated, and you end up hitting it out of bounds.
Islanders can tie it up right here. Down the line. And now it's Texas A&M Corpus Christi back in business at the net.
So HBU trying to move Bailey Banks around a little bit here, actually go with a set a little more in the middle of the court, and the Islanders read that one all the way.
Maddie Dowd, the Californian. You're going to hear me reference sophomores a lot here today.
Yeah, the sophomore class for Texas A&M Corpus Christi is unbelievable. They have 5 that are doing some pretty incredible things on the court.
Oh, well delivered. As Armour gave her teammate no choice but to polish that off. Dorpinghouse comes through. Service now to Bailey Banks. Well, we talked about lineage. Her dad, Robert, played football for Notre Dame as well as on in the NFL. Barsh off the tip. And self-defense not enough for Shayla Maldonado. A close-range shot fired right at her.
That's what happens when you only get one block up on Dorpinghouse. She had a great angle there, and she hit it pretty much straight down, Lincoln.
Banks continues her serve. An ace.
A very good serve. And HBU serving very well. That's one of the things that Trent Herman said before the game. We need to serve well and have good serve receive. Those are critical to us getting our middle blockers going.
Almost another perfect delivery from Banks. And Barsh will put an end to the HBU three-point run.
What a hit by Ivy Barsh. That was a great angle she took. Hit around the block, a sharp angle that is very hard to connect on.
Morgan Carlson's going to rotate in on the front row for A&M Corpus Christi. Huskies up by a pair. Maldonado. Barsh on the pin. And that was Dorpinghouse coming back down from the apex of her jump still. Getting behind that ball.
She had some hang time there.
Nice dig by Maldonado. Short range delivery. And a kill off the right hand of Maddie Dowd.
Yeah, that's what a good dig does for you. It allows you to push the tempo with your middle blocker. You'll see right here they're able to set it up, and then Dowd finishes it off with a great quick hit up the middle.
Service from Nicholson. Your setter of the year. Banks keeps this one alive and sent back over from Erickson. That's the southpaw.
Carlson with a good kill there. She's come a long way. She is a first-year starter, and you know her coaches say that she last year really observed a lot on the bench, and it's translating to on the court this year. And she's been one of the better offensive players for the team in the conference tournament.
She's their number 2 scoring option. Had just 40 kills the first 2 years combined, over 260 this year.
Yeah, coming on at the right time for the Islanders.
And momentum has shifted here in Conway, Arkansas. The Islanders recapture the lead up by 1 and force the timeout for HBU. So we saw the Islanders with a slow start yesterday against 4th-seeded McNeese State. But they ultimately would bounce back in that first set, hold off the Cowgirls for 2 more for the sweep. As you see, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, we saw them host this tournament a couple years ago. They almost made a run to the final. UCA has knocked them out for the past 2 years in the semis. Well, there's no UCA this year, as the host school was upset on the other half of the bracket.
Yeah, I think the win over UCA early in the season was a real good wake-up call for the Islanders to say, okay, we've arrived. We may have a young team. We have a lot of sophomores, but we can do this. UCA, it's been sort of the reigning, well, obviously they've been one of the top teams for the last few years, a conference champion in the last few years, but they had been always at the top, and so they sort of seemed like the reigning champ of the conference for the last 3 or 4 years. And then it looks like a new dawn has been ushered in with A&M Corpus Christi coming in the sophomore class. They're not going anywhere. This is going to be a good program for some while. And their coach, Tony Grayson, said, listen, I've got a great recruiting class coming in. I feel very good about the future of the Islanders.
The 5th match in this 20-match winning streak for the Islanders was their first ever win against Rice. They then would come here to Conway and sweep Central Arkansas. Those 2 accomplishments that really have set the tone.
I think so.
Islanders looking to find some insurance now here in the opening set from the right pin. And Dorpinghaus will play it off an Islander, and that one carries about 4 rows deep.
HBU trying to go with that mismatch of Dorpinghaus. She's just so tall. She can hit high off the hands, and it's really hard to get any sort of dig on that.
Let's see what the Islanders can do with her absence as she checks out.
Well, there you see, a kill right off the block.
Maddie Dow, the 6'1" middle blocker, takes advantage. And we're going to see Kelsey Felix come back on, a 2-time state champion out of South Texas. Went to a storied high school volleyball program there in Poth. Played for Patty Zinner. No top available.
No, Maddie Dowd read that. She saw the setter coming up high, saw the dig was close to the net, and she penetrated very well.
Kayla Armour was hoping to just drop it on the other side of the net. Islanders were ready. Barsh with the serve. Tipped and no recovery for the number 1 seed. HBU back within 1.
Jessica Wooten with a very good tool off the block. That's what you get if you see a block that isn't fully penetrated over, which you'll see right here. She was able to then just hit high off the arms. You want those arms extended way over the net.
Serve belongs again to Kayla Armour. Off the tip.
Well, Felix saying I can do that too.
And it's back to a 2-point
Similar
lead.
type of tool.
We're getting closer and closer to those late points.
That's right. You know, the Islanders really seem to wear teams down because they play such good fundamental volleyball, great defense.
Libero Kopetka with the service. Nice recovery, but both Barsh and Kopetka had committed to that ball, and nobody else able to come up with a third touch.
That's right. You know, actually, if only one of them had, they probably would have been able to get it over the net because they were both in the same place and a big gaping hole where that ball ended up going.
Serve from Wooten.
Carlson hitting that one out. You know, when she is on, this team really does take it to another level because they're able to exploit every side of the net as far as their attacking goes. They've really just stayed in the middle and on the left side so far this match.
Wooten has been all-conference the past 2 years. First team last year, second team all-Southland this year. And the left-hander makes up for it this time. Morgan Carlson gets the point back.
That's right. Nicholson going back to her. You know, sometimes when you have a hitter that maybe is a little off or misses a hit, sometimes you want to go right back to them and get their confidence up.
Nicholson will rotate in her place for the serve here. Pardon me, Haley King. You can hear that ball punished. A free ball over the net, and Bailey Banks makes a pay.
She certainly does. I mean, it was actually just a good dig to be there. It was a great read as far as the Islanders go, but you can't give Bailey Banks a free ball like that. She's going to put that down.
They go to Gilpin.
And A&M Corpus Christi trying to mix some things up. They put Gilpin on a backslide. She hasn't run much of that this game so far, so that was a different look that HBU hasn't seen much from her.
One of 4 players on the first team all-conference list announced this week. When the Islanders hosted this tournament a couple years back, and that's when you started to see the foundation build for this program. They are now 2 points away from capturing the opening set here in Conway.
Yeah, just when you think they're out of a game, they come roaring back. They have that great defense, and their offense, it maybe isn't flashy, but they find ways to make it work. They have a solid outside hitting attack. HBU talking things over there. And Bailey Banks, I mean, she really has been she and Dorpinghaus have been the only offensive production they've really gotten so far in this game, and it's hard because then your blockers know exactly where you're going with the ball. Although with Dorpinghaus, it's just hard to block her in general.
I want to remind you, this is the number 6 seed right now going toe-to-toe with a team that is 30-4 on the year. And to be honest, Houston Baptist would have been number 7 if Abilene Christian, transitioning from Division II, was eligible this year for postseason. But HBU, this is not just a volleyball program, but a whole athletic department. As the underdog, they have thrived. We've seen baseball win it last year. Women's basketball made it all the way to the finals in Katy last year. Volleyball trying to take that final step.
Trent Herman saying they embrace that underdog role. And also, he really only has one senior year on this team, and he lost 3 primary passers last year. So they had a lot to replace as far as digging and passing goes. And it's very hard to get your middles involved if you don't have good passes. You got to have those good passes that then set up the quick attack and push the tempo. And that's something that they've been able to find here in the tournament.
HBU head coach Trent Herman telling us that, look, the job is to be one of the top 8 teams. You get to the tournament, anything can happen.
Exactly.
You want to be playing your best volleyball, and HBU has done exactly that. Banks off the pin.
She's frustrated with herself. She had a gap there, and she just mishit it and hit it a little bit wide and caught it the pin. But you know that they're going to feed her because she's the one who they look. You'll see right here. Just she had that hole. She had that hole down the line.
Islanders serving for set point. Block from Gilpin. Gets a finger on that one. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the number 1 seed, battles back and will capture the opening front.
That's right. Gilpin with another backslide hit, and she has the perfect cross-court angle on it.
Are the Islanders 2-set victories away from moving on to their first ever NCAA tournament? It's the Southland Conference Volleyball Championship. We pick it up in set number 2 when we return on ESPN3.
I'm like...
Everything you're saying is being recorded on the archive right now. Okay. For volleyball? Okay, thank you. Quidditch. Abilene Christian. There's a variety of sports. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
That'll show biggest lead, but Corpus trailed by at least 3, if not 4.
I thought they trailed by 4 at one point.
You and I never said Fuchs again.
I know. Well, I don't think she did very much.
Not at the end there. We didn't. Yeah, there was very little libero play for either team until finally Kopetka.
Yeah.
That's something I'm not used to. Take a look at the Southland Conference standings coming into this week. Of course, Texas A&M Corpus Christi became the 3rd different school to go unbeaten through the regular season. Last year, it was Stephen F. Austin, who this year finished with 5 losses. SFA came to the tournament unbeaten a year ago over there in Natchitoches, and they did not claim the championship. A&M Corpus Christi is going to try to go the entire wall-to-wall perfect run this season.
And it's a very difficult thing to do. The volleyball season is long, and you're on the road, and so it is a huge testament to these women from Corpus Christi that they've been able to achieve that so far.
2 years, Central Arkansas did complete the task of going unbeaten from start to finish, capturing the title in Corpus Christi when the Islanders were hosts. Well, HBU had the advantage midway through that opening set. We saw the Islanders fight back.
Bailey Banks ended up with 2 kills, but definitely had a few attacks she would like back. She had some open spots.
Islanders were able to win that opening frame, hitting 243. HBU had 10 kills, but 9 errors.
Nice save there by HBU.
On the right pin. Opening point of the second set belongs to the Islanders, thanks to Morgan Carlson.
And Carlson, that's her best attack of the game so far. You see, HBU just lucky to get the ball over. That's a free ball, easily handled, back set. Carlson splits the block, goes in the middle of the court for a great kill.
We're back to the service now of Ivy Barsh, the only Islander ever with 1,000 career kills and 1,000 career digs.
A miscommunication by HBU there on the free ball. And the Islanders not happy with how they handled it either.
Oh, wonderful delivery.
Yeah, that was a lot of miscommunication on one play by both teams, but HBU able to take advantage there with Dorpinghouse, a great attack.
Just over the tape. And they go right back over to Jessica Wooten, and why not?
Yeah, Wooten had one blocker up, and so she took advantage of it. She saw that one spot that was open where a middle blocker should be, and she swung away.
Entered this week with more than 1,100 career kills, 7th all-time at HBU. Down the line. A free ball for the Islanders. They won't need to play it. As we're even early at 2 points apiece.
And the Islanders, a little miscommunication to start out this set. It looks like Ivy's trying to settle them down, get them back into position.
Received by Banks. And a lot of individuals looking around.
That's right.
In error.
Yeah, it was a great serve receive by Banks. And they were able to set up a good backslide, but just out, just long.
Klepetka's serve. Former Allen High School Eagle out of Texas. And no recovery for a second touch.
Wooten probably should have let Bailey Banks take that dig. She was a little bit too inside to have a good angle on it, but she stuck her arm out, and sometimes it's just hard to resist. You just want to go after the ball. That was unplayable.
Mentioned Klepetka is number 2 in the nation. This with her service in digs per set.
And Klepetka went to Colorado for a fall and realized it wasn't the right program for her, wasn't the right school for her. So Texas A&M Corpus Christi very lucky to wrangle her back to Texas and get her in their program.
The climate in Conway may remind her of her freshman year more than perhaps down there in South Texas. Double block pays off courtesy of Gilpin and Carlson.
Gilpin and Carlson setting a very good block. They read Wooten's arm extremely well. You'll see right here. They have a very sealed, penetrating block. Wooten not able to hit around it.
We were tied 2-2 just a moment ago. A run now for the Islanders that started with that error from HBU. Tap to the back row, able to find some real estate. Nice work by Gallard.
And Fish really with a very good dig. That's what started the whole play. She had a very nice back row play there.
Blair Gallard actually knocked.
Good digs, good serve receive. You're then able to push your tempo and get the middle going. You'll see right here, perfect dig, and then middle blocker right in between 2 blocks.
And it means back-to-back points now for the Huskies.
Another nice dig by Fuchs.
Fuchs will keep this alive. And the third swing will do the job.
That was a very fast arm swing. She saw an opening and took advantage of it.
Just piling up kills this year.
A nice save by Fuchs and a good job of just getting the free ball over. But a free ball play then allows you to set up exactly what you want to run on offense.
Service now from Haley King, a senior out of New Braunfels, Texas, out of Canyon High School. Touch called on the Islanders. Huskies back within 2. HBU dropped the opening set, a tight one.
Nice dig by Wooten. She read that angle very well.
And able to slip that through the double block was Blair Gallard.
Yeah, Gallard here she didn't have time for a full step into the net, but she's able to make that work with just a one.
Listen to it now.
Just what you hate to do once you get the momentum to give it back to the other team with a service error.
They had tied it up at 7 and now give the Islanders scoring the lead once again. Maldonado. Low congestion. Islanders able to overcome it.
Yeah. Okay.
That was all Brittany good, because it looked like the Islanders had completely broken down defensively on that point, and she's able to hold her own one-on-one with a block and put it down for the point.
DeBarche pulls the block, and the Islanders lead is back to 3.
Barsh was able to take advantage of the freshman Zielinski. She just sees Zielinski's a little slow getting up there on the block and swings off her hands.
And Maldonado, a senior out of Katy, the Houston area, able to escape the backyard of HBU. At the net. And Barsh will play it off the block and out of play.
And that's what you talk about being a part of every facet of the play. Barsh is digging up the ball. She's there with the free ball, and then she transitions outside, quickly approaches, and gets the kill.
Yeah, a complete player for her head coach, Tony Greystone. And she found a vulnerable back row where Fuse, the libero, was all by herself.
And that was hard to do, though, because Barsh had no approach. She was really stuck in no man's land on that hit. You'll see right here, she's just able to jump up and have a good swing on it. And that's tough when you have a big block in your face.
HBU will call a timeout. They've fallen behind by 5. The biggest discrepancy on the day. Islanders up 1 set at the lead here midway through set number 2.
I believe my inner child belongs on the outside.
I believe you should never be afraid to speak your mind. I believe knowledge is free and can be shared with anyone.
I believe if you spend too much time looking back, you'll miss what's ahead, like a wall.
I believe with faith, the future isn't so intimidating.
At HBU, belief isn't just a mindset, it's an action. And our mission is to empower our students so their beliefs can fuel their lives. HBU, a higher education.
I'm in Midland, Texas, in order to be closer to the action and see actually what is going on with our drill bits. I'm Valerie, and I'm a field-based designer for Baker Hughes. There's not that many females in the mechanical engineering industry, but it's growing. A&M Corpus Christi prepared me for my career. The professors are able to talk to you one-on-one. Based off the class sizes, you're able to get more hands-on experience. If you're interested in engineering, A&M Corpus Christi should be your first choice.
Named a top Texas university for return on investment. Visit us today at tamucc.edu.
Houston Baptist, the 6th seed, trying to become the lowest seed to ever prevail in the Southland Conference Volleyball Championship. Meanwhile, the Islanders, 21 wins back in 2012 had been the standard. We've already exceeded that by 9 wins this year, 30-4 overall now. And a quick ball dropped down by Kristen Nicholson.
Well, the Islanders were semifinalists in the tourney in 2013-2014. And so they've had some power there up at the top, but they just came alive this year. They've been shattering school records, 13 school records this year.
Nicholson, you saw with the dump, did not try to set up a teammate. She came into this match 23 assists shy of the single-season mark for A&M Corpus Christi. And that's a hard ball to overcome off the right hand of Bailey Banks.
Bailey Banks swung so high. She gets great elevation right here and just swings high and is able to go right outside the block.
Banks is an example of why HBU has a bright future. She's homegrown out of Missouri City there in Texas, the greater Houston area.
Houston area known for its volleyball.
Speaking of Houston, Brittany Gilpin.
That's right, out of Westside High School. And what a match she's had so far. She is really, with blocking and with her offense.
And she'll play that off the touch at the net before it carries wide. So Banks comes through with the most recent point for HBU.
Banks really with one of the fastest outside hitting arm swings in the conference. She gets up high and in her arm. That's how you get a fast, a hard hit, is you have to have a fast arm swing.
This is the first time we've had one, let alone two teams from Texas here in the championship match since back in 2011. Central Arkansas hosted that year. It was UTSA and Texas State squaring off. Since then, Central Arkansas, Northwestern State have played in the last two finals. We've been splitting the pair. Last year, the Lady Demons prevailing. And how tough of a year was it in the South this year? Northwestern State didn't even qualify for this year's tournament.
Well, so much talent in Texas when it comes to volleyball, and so these teams really try and recruit locally because they can rack up these great players. I mean, you just see with Brittany Gilpin out of Westside High School as a sophomore making such a big impact here for the Islanders.
Service error for Nicholson. Last time we were in Conway for a final, it was actually Central Arkansas beating Oral Roberts in that matchup. So Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, they've had their run. Today, it's Texas with squads from Corpus Christi and Houston. The Islanders and the Huskies contending for a title. Barsh back behind the line again. The block, serve back over to HBU along with the point courtesy of Gorbing-Haas.
Gorbing-Haas is just so hard to block being that tall, and when she swings high off the hands, it's just almost an instant kill.
Little deception. HBU will float it over the net and wide. Well, when we talked to the Islanders earlier this week before they started their run, they told us that they were going to make it to the final and win it all. It was going to be all about defense, plain and simple. The team is built around strong passing. What have you seen today?
Yeah, this team digs just about everything up. And you see it right there. Ivy Barsh with a perfect dig cross court. And that's where HBU struggled, is they didn't get the good read then on the cross court hit. And Bailey Banks just seeing it slip by her. Right here, Felix just is able to get it cross court. Banks diving a little too late.
Islanders are top 5 in the nation in opponent hitting percentage at just 142 coming into this week. That was a long approach to the net for Jessica Wooten, and she'll come away with the point.
Wooten lucky on that one, and that is just because your block is not penetrated over enough. You'll see Wooten swings right into it, just hoping that she can get something, and Carlson just hasn't had her arms over quite enough.
With Armour the assist. Huskies back within 5. That will grow to 6 now.
Carlson, though, making up for it on that kill. You know, she was second on her team in kills and third in blocks. A very good all-around right side player.
Early King's serve. Received by Wooten. At the net. And nice touch from Gallard, who's played well here on this final day of the tournament.
Gallard is able to then just take the overpass and put it down immediately. No contesting there.
There's Wooten with the service. Just beyond the range of a diving Fuchs.
I've been impressed with Kelsey Felix. Very solid outside hitter. She's not flashy. She doesn't swing as hard as your Bailey Banks or even Ivy Barsh, but she's able to get the job done. She finds some holes, finds some creases in the blocks.
HBU back on the board needs a run. Essentially need to capture 10 before surrendering 5.
Madison Woods, just a freshman, getting them a kill on the right side there. Bailey Banks taking something off that ball because she was so far off the net. Barsh doing the same thing with her tip shot. Nicholson sending it over.
Right down the middle.
Nicholson probably regretting sending that ball over because it ended up being more like a free ball. It was not so much of an attack. And HBU able to take advantage there.
Jessica Wooten putting an end to that rally. Huskies back within 4. Down the line to Barsh. And it's amazing you can go from a classic rally and then moments later just power paying off.
That's right. Barsh does such a great job on her cross-court attacks. I mean, that's the bread and butter of an outside hitter, and she's got it down.
Off the tape, and it's still playable for the Islanders. And that again is Ivy Barsh, your first team all-conference outside hitter.
Look at, so Dorpinghouse is not quite there on the block, and Ivy Barsh says, you know what, I'm going to go cross-court and make you pay, and she hit that one down so hard.
That's off the pin. And all of a sudden, the Islanders are just 2 points away from going up 2-0 here in the championship final.
What's also impressed me is Brittany Gilpin serving and defense. She's been able, for a middle blocker, to come up with some really good back row digs.
Known for her offense, she's set to set a new school mark in hit percentage, shattering the old mark of 343, coming into this week hitting 363. HBU not going away just yet.
I think Dorpinghouse took offense to Ivy Barsh's last kill because she was all over that outside attack. She and Woods putting up a huge block. Nice rally there.
See Dorpinghouse put this one away in just a moment. A lot of battle at the net going on here.
And Islanders handled the broken play very well, able to get it over.
Banks from outside the pin.
Yeah, with only one blocker up.
Everybody has been sucked in towards the play at the net, and all of a sudden it is set point for a second straight set.
And Ivy Barsh really doing it all because there she is on the block. She's the one who reached over there with Dowd, and they were able to send that right back to Dorpinghouse.
Their second straight set here for the Islanders. Nicholson to close it out. The sophomore.
Very nice arm swing by Bailey.
Free ball for HBU, and this second set is still alive.
Bailey Banks, you can see why she is the newcomer of the year for this conference. Very hard arm swing, sets up then a free ball that comes over. Easy attack.
Appropriately Banks with the serve here. Back over from Wooten. They set at the block. Islanders, they send it long.
Barsh looking for a touch call. She really thought that.
She thought that ball was in on its own merit.
And it was close.
And the NCAA has not adopted full replay in all conferences. A couple have dabbled it. But the Islanders are now one set victory away from capturing their first ever Southland Conference Volleyball Championship. An automatic bid is on the line here today in Conway to the NCAA tournament. Number 1 seed holding up strong here early on. 2 minutes to go.
I gotcha.
Are we on camera? Or
No, we're on camera.
That's what we do here.
You can hold that though.
Yeah, it'll be.
I'll say.
You mean you're not going to show these?
We're gonna do a belly bump. I think that's how we should come in. I mean, the camera's like.
Do from here and go up. Would that be appropriate? Or not?
I'm sorry, Mike. I can hear. You said the score and then what? Okay, cool.
So we're going this tournament.
Yeah, so, and I'll let you kind of talk about what a good host UCA is, and then I'll say, very exciting match we have going on, and HBU is 60th here, just goes to show how deep the Southland Conference is in volleyball.
Perfect.
Talk about that, and next week you'll be going for the selection committee meeting, so talk to us about your role in the selection committee.
Perfect.
And then maybe if there's time, I'll do a follow-up question on selection committee, and then I'll say... Welcome back to the Ferris Center here on the campus of Central Arkansas. It is the Southland Conference Volleyball Championships, and we have Texas A&M Corpus Christi leading 2-0 over HBU. For a little intermission break, and I get the chance now to talk to Jenny McGee, Associate Commissioner. And Jenny, always a great tournament you guys put on. Central Arkansas, very wonderful host here.
Absolutely, Brooke. It's been such a great tournament already. This is the third time that we've been at Central Arkansas to host the conference championship, and they are just wonderful all the way around. A fantastic staff, amazing venue, but just the play has been great from the beginning, so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, Texas A&M Corpus Christi undefeated in the conference, but you see HBU here as a 6th seed, and a lot of talent on that team. Just goes to show how deep this conference is when it comes to volleyball.
Absolutely, and to your point on that, this year in particular, they've really stepped their game up, all of our programs. It's just a new level, and that's what we talk about every year in our coaches meetings, is what are we going to do to take us that next level, and we're doing it. It's really exciting to see. We love it, and we're excited to see who's going to go to the NCAA tournament.
Well, you're on the NCAA selection committee. You go up next weekend for that selection process. Talk about your role.
Sure. So we head up there on Friday. The selection show is on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Central on ESPNU. This is the first year of 4 for me to serve on the committee. I oversee the Central region with Gene Berger from UNI. It's been such a great experience already. Kristen Bossbender from the NCAA is just amazing to work underneath. Just already learned so much, and for our conference, I think it'll be great to bring back that perspective to our coaches and talk about what we can do to always improve.
And also maybe what you can do to get 2 teams to the NCAA tournament.
That's part of the improving, yes. That's the hope, that's the goal, and there'll be a lot of discussion about that moving forward.
All right, and then very quickly, we have 2 football teams going into the postseason. Sam Houston, McNeese State. McNeese ranked number 4. And then you have, of course, the FCF championship game in Frisco, which you're a part of.
Absolutely. So we're excited to obviously serve as one of the hosts of Team Frisco with the City of Frisco and Hut Sports Group. We're excited to bring 2 teams back to Frisco, but obviously, Southern Conference, we'd love to see another one of our teams there. But it's a great experience and just a great event to be a part of.
Well, Jenny, thanks for joining us.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with more after this break.
Cheer for the stumbles. That he should have had that. And and the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
Complete here in Conway in the midst of the Southland Conference Women's Volleyball Championship, 25-21, 25-19. Both of the opening sets have gone the way of your number one seed Islanders out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We welcome you back courtside. Lincoln Rose along with Brooke Bentley. And Brooke, we take a look at the individual honors announced earlier this week, and for a second straight year, out of right here at Central Arkansas, it's the junior outside hitter, Heather Schnars.
Yes, Heather Schnars has been quite a force in the conference since she was a freshman. We're so used to seeing her in the postseason tournament. She led the conference in total kills and kills per set and ranked 4th in hitting percentage, which is very hard to do when you're an outside hitter and getting that many swings, and was second on her team in digs, so just the complete package.
Of course, we've already introduced you to Kristen Nicholson, the Southland Setter of the Year, playing for the Islanders here today.
Yes, Kristen Nicholson is pinpoint in accuracy in delivering the ball, and that's what her coaches really love about her. She's second most in assists in school history and is just a sophomore, and she ranked 13th in the nation in assist total. So really, Kristen Nicholson on the national level was getting recognized.
And then, of course, on the back row for the Islanders, you look at the libero and Kate Klepetka. She's factored in early on here today, number 2 in the nation in digs per set at 6.1 coming in this week. If she finishes right around that mark, that'll be the 4th best performance ever in the Southland. Again, your libero of the year in the conference.
That's right, and then she also owns the school single season record for digs. And Bailey Banks, the newcomer of the year. I mean, we've really seen her arm swing on display here today.
Don't want to get in the way of any of those shots coming from Banks, your newcomer of the year, after transferring over from North Texas. And while we talk about the freshmen here, it's a little misleading because you can argue Auden Lockley is already among the better players in the conference regardless of experience. This year, 3.72 kills per set for UIW. A great hitting percentage as well, transitioning out of high school.
That's right. I mean, it's hard to get that many kills per set, but to do it as a freshman, it's certainly a huge feat.
And, of course, our coach of the year in the Southland Conference this year, for the first time in his career for the Islanders, it's Tony Greystone, now in year number 6 down there in Corpus Christi. What a year it has been, as overall now looking for his first ever bid to the NCAA tournament, 1-set victory away. Islanders lead 2-0, a chance to sweep perhaps when we come back here on ESPN3, Islanders and HBU. Nice work with Jenny.
Oh, thanks.
Again, that was far more pleasant to watch than me.
That's not true.
Time to the third set. The Islanders 19 sweeps this year. 10 of them came in the Southland regular season. 2 more this week here in the tournament. The top seed has yet to drop a set. HBU came close in that opening set early on.
That's right. And then Texas A&M Corpus Christi turned it on. Ivory Barsh with 9 kills in that second set.
The Huskies find the opening point here. Barsh from the attack line.
And that is a really tough kill to get. Barsh way off the net. She was trying to take something off the ball and instead go for a sharper angle, able to get the cut shot to fall.
She was pleasantly pleased with where that ball landed.
She was, yes. I think a little surprised as well.
Down the line, HBU trying to earn one back. It's covering a lot of ground for the Huskies with Ashley Van getting from one pin to the other.
And Carlson hitting that one long. She had 6 kills in the second set, really picked up her game offensively.
Wooten with the service. Product out of Humble, Texas. Cascasita High School, just a junior. Barsh off her point. Next, Barsh elevating, looking for the double block, along with Maddie Dowd.
And Millard just dropped her arms a little bit on this swing and isn't able to get above the net on it.
Into the tape. Huskies deny her an ace. That's a familiar sight. Morgan Carlson on the right side.
Yeah, Morgan Carlson with a very good hit down the line, but she actually afterwards reached back and pointed at Ivy Barsh, thanking her for setting that up, because without a good dig like Barsh had, they wouldn't have been able to run that quick back set.
So it'll keep Barsh's service alive. From the right pin, off the tape, playable for the Islanders.
And good body control by Nicholson. She just gets out of the way from the tip shot. Knows where her lines are.
Owen sails long. The service error will give HBU its second point. Much needed to end a little run there for the Islanders.
That's right. Islanders coming back with all the momentum in this third set.
It is a must-win set number 3 for HBU. And that ace will certainly be a welcome sight for the Huskies back within 1.
That's right. That was a tough down-the-line serve, a floater serve that Pepeka just wasn't able to get a good read on.
Season on the line for both of these teams. It's an HBU squad with only one senior, but obviously a big loss. Allison Dorpinghaus can't intervene on that attack.
No, Maddie Dowd with just too much power. You'll see right here, she kind of throws you off, comes in from the right side for the middle attack.
Sent it right past the senior who last year was the Southland Newcomer of the Year. HBU has garnered that accolade 2 straight years with their additions.
Another good read on defense. That's just knowing your angles and making sure that you're lined up on the lines of the court so you can let that ball go out.
Pepeka again your libero of the year, wearing the green top. And that top catches the Islanders off guard. They are ready to commit at the net.
That's right. It was a very deceiving dump because it looked like she was going to send the ball outside and then just at the last minute flicks her wrist over the net.
Ashley Van will have a conversation with one of her coaches on the bench. Complimentary dribbles from Haley Erickson. Down the middle and over the top, the kill from Gilpin.
Gilpin with a huge kill. I mean, that one she slammed home. She just really got a good angle on it and a fast arm swing.
For the Islanders, it's Haley King.
And serve receive has been an issue for HBU. They have struggled in serve receive. Their coach, Trent Herman, said, listen, we know we cannot beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi without improving our serve receive.
HBU had 2 options on the left side, and you wonder if that was going to distract the Islanders. It doesn't matter. As swing goes long, and a timeout from the Huskies bench, and head coach Trent Hurdle will take the break as well. Islanders have a 5-point lead and a chance to close it out in 3 for the school's first volleyball title.
The Southland Conference is 4,200 student athletes from 13 member institutions, competing in 17 NCAA Division I sports. We are Southland Strong.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
HBU calls the timeout. Both programs traveling well. A whole lot of energy in these Islanders players. And we saw where they get it from. Their parents who are here equally charged up here in Conway this week.
It was pretty much a dance party here before this match started. Islanders getting loose, dancing to some music. It was really fun to watch. They also had great team chemistry too.
I'll take another point. Islanders brought their own speakers to warm up.
That's right. They were very intent on using their playlist, and they had that down. It was almost like karaoke. You wonder, are they too loose? Well, no, it's clearly not an issue.
The lead is 6 for the number 1 seed. HBU will get this point back, swipe it off the block.
Bailey Banks just trying to swing hard on that one. I mean, she didn't really know what angle to take. She thought, I'll just swing as hard as I can, hopefully, and make something work off that block.
Banks with the service. Blocked at the net by the Huskies. Well, the first block was the tandem of Armour and Dorpinghaus. Dorpinghaus takes care of it on the second effort.
Yeah, Dorpinghaus got all over that through that last block. It was going straight down.
HBU would love for us to talk about Armour some more. Looking for us to come back. She's going to the glue on this squad. She punches one over the back row. That's the second straight day we've seen some great play from that.
Yeah. Armour right there with some offense, and she is able to be pretty deceptive on it. It's one-handed, a little bit of a backspin, and nice placement.
Averages almost 10 assists per set. That may have been just an intimidation more than the swing itself getting her to.
That's right. The Dorpinghaus only had one blocker really established, and she had somewhat of a sidearm swing there, but she just went for it and found an open hole on the court.
All of the Islanders were on their heels when that ball came their way. A little off balance as a result. Down the line, the Islanders touching the muscle out the net.
That's right. The Islanders have picked up their blocking. You know, before this match were saying, listen, we're a lot smaller, we're not the blocking team. In the second set, they had 7 blocks to HBU's 4. So they've really picked up the blocking in this match.
Nicholson and Gilpin at the net will win this serve back for Shayla Maldonado, the senior. Maldonado looks good. Hangs up for Barsh. It's in.
Going down the line that time. She's been hitting most of her outside hits cross court, but she's trying a little gap down the line. Even took a little bit of pace off of it to get that kill.
Islanders pulled away in the first set, 25-21. Picked up the second set, 25-19. Barsh off the tip.
And it just seems like when the Islanders need a point the most, they're able to find Barsh. If Barsh is there with the kill. Just like she's there. And it wasn't necessarily the fanciest of kills. It was a tool off the block, but it's a point nonetheless.
The closest thing we've seen to struggles for the Islanders came in that first set, and we had seen that earlier this week as well. But they had found a rhythm. With a diving teammate.
This is just more about placement. A little hole in the block leads to a hole in the court. Wasn't a hard hit, but effective. She loves that hard cross-court angle, and she just got a little bit too hard with it.
Well, here is Kayla Rummer once again with the serve, the Floridian out of Bradenton. The middle of her path, and she was able to swing away. Great spacing around it there. That's how you imagine plays being drawn up by your Southland Coach of the Year, Tony Greystone.
It's really an outside hitter's dream to go and just see no block and say, I can swing away at this one. 3 blockers up there, so HB having to go with a tip shot.
Is there any doubt that they're going to Barsh on that?
No, not really. She has been their go-to offensive player when she's in the front row. There she is again.
Back to number 4.
And once again, they're not able to close the block. The large is not there in time. And part of that is because Barsh is so quick in transition. She's able to get off the net and then back into her approach so quickly. And you'll see she has pretty much a huge gaping hole to swing through.
To win set 3, then we'll talk about a must-win set 4 to follow.
Wooten really stepping up in this set. She actually hit from the right side there, normally a left outside hitter, but goes to vary her attack and hit from the right side and effective. Right in the back corner of the court.
Everybody on that back row likes to think they know where they are, and if the ball is at a certain level compared to their shoulders, whether it's usually in or out.
Both serves, though, are very deceptive. Sometimes they can just drop in.
Barsh deceptive. Banks gets the friendly roll. Gotta keep that inside the pin.
Carlson trying to be aggressive with her tip shot, but she gets into the net and then isn't able to untangle herself.
A whistle blown by our second official across the way. Gives the Huskies their 14th point to pull even here in set number 3. The first time to hear from Morgan Carlson in a while, but the result the same. Serve stays with the Huskies.
Carlson hits that one out. She was looking for a touch on it, but HBU disciplined in their block, not reaching. Oh, very nice serve by Wooten.
No recovery despite the effort for Nicholson at the net.
Wooten with a very tough floater serve.
So are the Huskies going to be able to go on a run and close out this third set and extend their stay here in Conway?
You can see Wooten's numbers there. 8 kills, 7 digs, a complete player.
Fantastic.
A very good server.
At the net. That ball 50-50.
But set up more by Ivy Barsh's big swing. It comes back over and Dowd able to take care of it. So Barsh hits a big ball and then they send it over on the dig and Dowd right there to block it down.
And the sophomore out of California claims it. Barsh to tie it up. Open space. They split Barsh and Rebecca.
Rebecca saying, my bad, because that is normally a ball she digs up. That is middle of the court.
Able to get one past the libero of the year. The serve back to Gallard. Carlson, still playable. And again, winning that battle in the middle is down.
Now Dowd swinging off of the hands of Dorkenhaus and just is able to make it work. It's not an easy shot when you're going up against a big blocker like that.
Now she comes off for Brittany Gilpin, one starter for another. Now Ashley Van elevating out of the arena.
Yeah, what a hit. You'll see right here. And it's actually Madison Woods who's able to hit around the block. Oh, excuse me, Ashley Van.
Erickson with the serve. HBU not giving up on this one. Third swing, flat-footed. Open blocked at the net. HBU a chance to extend their lead to 3. They've got it. 19-16 in a must-win set number 3 for HBU, and that will force a timeout called by Tony Greystone and the Islanders.
Bailey Banks finding the corner of the court, and HBU just sticking with the play. That goes to show what good passing can do and good transitional play. HBU setting that up with good serve receive, good digs. They're able to then stick in this last set, and then you see on that point where they really just dig down deep and fight on defense, and they just keep pushing the ball outside, and Bailey Banks making them pay in the end.
As we take a look just a moment ago at the most recent point that has put the Huskies up by 3.
That's right. Bailey Banks gets the dig. They send it back outside to her, and she's able to hit it cross-court deep in the corner. That's a tough shot, swinging almost outside her body to cut it there.
Huskies knocked off the 3rd seed, SFA, 2 days ago in the quarterfinals. Yesterday, it was the 6th seed over the 7th seed after Sam Houston State, the nightcap back on Friday, upset the host school in Central Arkansas, who had finished 2nd this year in conference play.
That's right. And HBU, when they upset Stephen F. Austin, you thought, maybe they do have a chance to make a run. They do have the talent on this team. They have, like we've talked about with Bailey Banks, the newcomer of the year who has so much potential, such a big arm swing. So with Central Arkansas out, and then you see SFA down, you think this is kind of wide open on one side of the bracket.
Huskies were among the teams that finished 9-7 in conference play during the regular season. Several coaches have been pegged to do well this year. A slow start, but they're clicking right at time. And of course, here we are in the championship match. These are the last 2 Southland volleyball teams playing. And the Huskies are determined to see a 4th set and then a 5th set to follow against the lone senior for the Huskies this year, Dorbinghas, coming through.
And Dorbinghas with a big block there. Barsh hitting out of the back row, and you got to hit those back row attacks a lot higher if you're going to get him past Dorbinghas.
Carlson. Able to play it off the sophomore Banks right there at the pin.
Carlson tooling off the block, and she's been fairly quiet this last set.
Islanders down by 3. You don't want to let a chance to close this out to slip away into a 4th set and a toss-up in the 5th frame.
Wooten going with an off-speed shot.
Touch at the net, nicely played by the Islanders, led by Kelsey Felix, a 2-time state champion again, looking for her first collegiate title in this her senior campaign.
Yeah, Felix hitting high off the hands.
Getting back to the line.
Nice pass by Wooten.
Banks gets the better of that. Barsh will have to just shake it off.
Yeah, that's what you call a facial in volleyball. And that was going sailing way out, but Ivy Barsh just doesn't get out of the way and takes it in the head.
Wow.
Thanks knowing she got away with one there.
I have a feeling it's already a GIF on Twitter. Rebecca Gilpin.
Great swing by Brittany Gilpin. That one, she just found the right angle there, and it was a quick attack where she didn't have a lot of time in transition, but just saw the court very well.
So Islanders pull back within 2. Barsh denied. This time, give credit to Kayla Armour teaming up with Dorbinghas.
And they angled that block back in the court, and it was hard for anyone to pick up.
Again, they have pulled in the rotation the 6'4" Husky off the floor. And Barsh just too fine with that.
Yeah, that's a mental mistake. She knew she was going to have to tip the ball. The set was going tight to the net, and so she went in with her hand raised high, but just tried to get a little bit too cute with it down the line.
Huskies with the most points they have had here through the first 3 sets, and their chance to capture their first frame here in set number 3.
HBU not going down without a fight. The Islanders, though, it looks like they let up a little bit in this set. Haven't pressed quite as hard with their blocking or on offense. You've seen a few mental mistakes like we just did with Ivy Barsh, missing that tip down the line. Tip shots you want to just always get in the court. Maybe you'll get a kill with them. A lot of times you're doing them more. It's not aggressive. It's more because you're trying to save a set that's close to the net, or you're out of position. And so you hate to miss on a tip shot.
Well, there you see head coach Tony Greystone, the man he's matching minds with today for HBU, and Trent Herman is looking for HBU's first volleyball title in the Southland Eventing Forum. Trent Herman was the 2012 Great West Conference co-coach of the year, back when the Huskies split that regular season title, but have not been able to get into the NCAA tournament.
No, and you see right there the Trent Herman file. Trent Herman, he was coaching at Rice at one point. He knows the Houston area very well. He's really been able to get some good talent locally, and he's built such a good program there at HBU. Very exciting for him to be in this position, but they're hoping this is just the beginning of a bright future for Houston Baptist University volleyball.
Petko receives the serve. Gilpin on the right pin. HBU 2 points away from closing the set out. Now 1 point away from forcing a 4th set. Hughes to serve.
Setters trading offense, sending the ball over the net. Wooten trying to go with placement.
Gilpin will keep this set alive, at least for now. 24-20, of course, rally scoring has long now been the norm. A service error would put this away in favor of HBU.
That's right, and Gilpin has been a good server for them in this match so far. Very nice dig. So that was a tough swing by Wooten.
Maldonado kept it alive.
Good up there by Gilpin. Neither team letting a ball drop here.
And HBU close it out on this rally. Through the double block, the Huskies' dream of a title stays alive. There will be no sweep in Conway.
And that was all Wooten. Some big digs, and then she just kept fighting on her outside hits.
25-20. HBU captures its first set of the day. They'll have to win all 3 here to close out in Conway.
We leave here by 5. We're good, right?
It's 4:30. Yeah, it just depends how the ceremony goes. Yeah. Sponsored by,
Oh my gosh.
oh my God.
Now I'm like nervous. Like, and I was actually nervous at the end of that game because I'm nervous about missing my flight.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Back to the Little Rock Holiday Inn Express Airport.
Please don't say that.
didn't realize they were taking our feed on the video board.
I didn't either.
Ivy Barsh and the Islanders were hoping to be lifting some hardware right about now with their name on it. Instead, the Huskies of HBU become the first team to take a set away from the #1 seed this week in Conway.
That's right. Jessica Wooten really coming on strong for Houston Baptist University in that third set. She had 4 kills. Ivy Barsh also had 4 kills for the Islanders, but Wooten doing it all. She was able to get 3 digs and a couple block assists, so really a complete game for her.
Kayla Armour gets things started after the Huskies captured that last set, a service error with the Islanders the early advantage. It's the second set this year HBU has taken from the Islanders. Islanders were last pushed to a 5th set in Huntsville, the final week of the regular season.
And the difference for the Islanders in that third set was blocking. We talked about how they picked up their blocking in the second set. Well, in the third set, only 1 team block. And that is a drastic drop from what they had in the second set, which was 7.
Barsh with an ace on her first serve here in set number 4. Quick swing by Gallard. That ball dialed up to her perfectly.
And Gallard with only 1 blocker there, and she's able to take advantage on the quick hit.
The first 2 points go the way of the Islanders. Pressure still on HBU. They need this one to go the distance.
And a huge block there with Gallard sending that block deep in the court. Makes it so hard for anyone to cover the hitter when a block goes deep.
Quick dump. Huskies able to recover. Banks finds space down that far sideline. Pardon me. Ashley Van able to send it down that sideline.
Yeah, Van swinging high off the hand and is able to get a kill. Nicholson with a great one-handed set. The ball goes out, but that was a difficult set to make.
The 4-point run for HBU. They'll come to end on the air.
Wooten has been a very strong server for the Huskies. They've rattled off points with her, and now Islanders looking to do the same with Klepeka back there serving.
Next set will give the assist to Kayla Armour.
Gallard with 1 blocker, and she's able to cut the ball around Brittany Gilman.
From one pin to the other. Islanders able to connect down the net.
Yeah, I know HBU is wishing they were able to get that dig back because it just went high off the hands and you have everyone retreated deep in the court and that ball just drops in the middle. Felix getting the kill off and sort of an off-speed shot.
And we mentioned Haley King out of New Braunfels, north of San Antonio, but again, not too far to recruit for a university located down there in Corpus Christi. Huskies able to hang on to their advantage.
And this is a strong rotation for the Huskies because they've got Dorpinghouse up there along with Nicholson, who's another good blocker. Armour, who's another good blocker.
Serve from Erickson. That one grazed the ponytail of Dorpinghouse, who's slow to get off her feet.
Gilpin with a great backslide attack. She's been very effective with those today.
Madison Woods, just a freshman out of San Antonio, also from that South Texas area, former Clark High School Cougar. Senior, that goes into the tape, and they say off the pin.
Islanders really looking to get something going on defense by bringing in Madison Woods. This goes right into the net. But A&M Corpus Christi known for their defense. And they want to make sure they get that digging back.
On the attack line.
That is not the way to do it. Madison Woods there, but thinks the ball is going long and enough topspin for Wooten to send that just inside the line.
The junior with the kill. Again, already more than 1,100 of those on her resume. And that ball is being punished, but will not dip inside the inline. It's long from Gilpin. Barsh has the Islanders back on the board and back within one here in set number 4.
A smart swing by Barsh. She usually goes cross court. That's how the block sets up. But that time she turned it back inside, goes down the line for the kill.
And the sophomore from Houston with the serve. And Jessica Wooten comes through with the kill.
Wooten, like I said, what a huge game she's having. She gets one blocker there and swings away.
Melissa Fuchs, a converted outside hitter. Now, we mentioned earlier, filling that role as a libero. And her service, a short one. Going back over to the Islanders.
Maddie Dowd, very smart here. She sees 3 blockers go, realizes there's probably a hole right where that third blocker would be off digging, and just tips it right there.
Here's the serve from your setter of the year in the Southland Conference. Block up front, the point for the Islanders, courtesy of Maddie Dowd at 6'1", just a sophomore.
And that's what the Islanders had going earlier in the game. They had their blocking going, lost that in the third set. Maddie Dowd reads that very well.
And the Islanders have the advantage here in set number 4.
The Islanders really cannot slow in this set, but then you get an ace and it sparks something for your team.
The two teams were swapping points. That was not something HBU could afford, let alone falling behind here. Islanders up 2 sets to 1.
Very nice cross-court dig by Woods.
Fantastic dig by the freshman.
Wooten with a tip, easily played up.
Lepetka will set up Barsh.
Barsh just stopping in excitement. She is fired up. She gets the set outside there, and she loves that cross-court angle. She's beaten him down the line. The block moves in a little bit, so she goes back cross-court.
She leads them in practice. She leads them in the dance parties.
The emotional leader. In every way, Tony Greystone says.
Islanders will see this next point slip away. HBU can pull even at 11 here with the service again coming up from Armour. Marsh over the block.
Wooten also going with an off-speed shot, which was very effective.
Well, that ball just kept teasing HBU at the net, hovering around, and finally Wooten saw one that she could swing at.
That's right. Wooten hits the off-speed shot. It then sets up this play here, and she is able to take advantage and get the kill.
Second team all-conference outside hitter. Pulls HBU back within a pair. And they're actually going to award the point over the Islanders. Did not see the call, but 12-10 now. instead of 11-11.
And they keep feeding Wooten, HBU does.
Well, there was not a perfectly hit ball from Dowd, but he got the job done.
That's right. She got a little help from the tape off the net, and it rolls into the right spot. But sometimes you just need a little luck on your side.
HBU will call the timeout. We'll take a break as well. The Islanders lead 2-1 and have the advantage here in set number 4. Can clinch it for the NCAA bid.
I believe my inner child belongs on the outside.
I believe you should never be afraid to speak your mind.
I believe knowledge is free and can be shared with anyone.
I believe if you spend too much time looking back, you'll miss what's ahead, like a wall.
I believe with faith, the future isn't so intimidating.
At HBU, belief isn't just a mindset, it's an action. And our mission is to empower our students so their beliefs can fuel their lives. HBU, a higher education.
I'm in Midland, Texas, in order to be closer to the action and see actually what is going on with our drill bits. I'm Valerie, and I'm a field-based designer for Baker Hughes. There's not that many females in the mechanical engineering industry, but it's growing. The A&M Corpus Christi prepared me for my career. The professors are able to talk to you one-on-one. Based off the class sizes, you're able to get more hands-on experience. If you're interested in engineering, A&M Corpus Christi should be your first choice.
Named a top Texas university for return on investment. Visit us today at tamucc.edu.
So the fourth set, the Islanders right now with a 3-point edge. Lincoln Rose along with former Davidson College standout Brooke Bentley. And Steph Curry with a lot in common.
I wish a lot, but we do share a plaque together, which is rather exciting for me.
And the former Student Athletes of the Year over there in North Carolina. HBU coming out of the timeout they called with the response they are looking for.
You can see why HBU is a scary team. They have big hitters. Ashley Van right there with a huge outside attack. She hits on the left side in that particular play, normally plays on the right side, but she can swing anywhere along the net.
Serve from Wooten. They keep it short, keep it simple. Maddie Dowd able to capitalize.
Maddie Dowd with the quick set, and she takes a very good swing here. This is a lot faster than a lot of her arm swings have been so far in this match, and she sees a little hole and really goes for it, you can tell.
Oh, mistake by HBU. Ashley Band is a miscommunication.
And that is what they've been trying to eliminate. Trent Herman saying we've got to get our serve receive better. We can't make those type of mistakes.
And it has the Islanders now up by 4. Hughes on the receive. And off the block as Van able to atone.
That's right. And the Islanders are trying to serve HBU short so that they're having to take their middle out, but then Ashley Van just makes up for it with a kill like that.
Gillard to serve. Again, the sophomore out of LaGrange, Texas. Midway between Austin and Houston. Banks denied. Third swing coming up, gets it over. Carlson, and the left-hander on the right side.
So good coverage off the block.
HBU with contact again at the net. This time stays with the Huskies. And it's Gilpin with the block.
Gilpin winning the battle at the net. And that's hard to do when you have Dorpen Haas across from you. But she just read everything along the net and moved so well. Really closed her body off. She has hang time there. Then she tracks the next play, and you can see there's Carlson off the block.
Gilpin would ultimately deny the final offering from HBU. It has A&M Corpus Christi up by 4. Hughes sends it over to Banks.
Another block.
From Nicholson.
Nicholson and Gilpin right there.
The service back to Haley King.
And Gilpin isn't tall. She just has good body awareness. She sees where she needs to be, reads hitters very well.
We're getting too close to those late points for the Islanders, and HBU's head coach Trent Herman calls another timeout. HBU captured that I should say that third set to force this fourth frame. Meanwhile, the conference coach of the year, Tony Greystone, a product of Grand Valley State, get his second degree from Louisville. It was when he was over in Canyon, Texas at West Texas A&M, and it led them to 8 Division II championships in the Lone Star Conference. That's when he first crossed paths with his counterpart today, Trent Herman. You mentioned they're travel partners. That means when one team is on one campus, maybe on a Friday, the others, basically the next site they're going to travel to. I know that was the most simple explanation you've ever heard. But basically they flip-flop opponents each week. They pop up on the scouting film pretty often.
So they know each other's teams very well. And we've said before, Tony Greystone had a very high opinion of HBU going into the season. He saw all the talent that they had on this team and thought that they would finish higher than a 6th seed. But you can see why he thought that, because there is so much talent here that is on display in the conference tournament.
This could be an ongoing matchup for Southland Conference Championships over the next couple of years.
And just what the Islanders did not want to do, you come out of the timeout when you have all the momentum and you serve the ball into the net.
Erickson. Gilpin will get it back.
Gilpin really coming on strong in this game. I've been so impressed with her blocking and her offense. Right there, she just hits around Dorbenhouse.
Again, she was hitting .363 at the end of the regular season.
Very efficient hitter.
Easily be a new mark on campus for the volleyball program. HBU comes right back now within 4.
And Wooten with a kill off the net. She was in the back row for this attack. It almost looks like a front row attack from the way that she was able to use her approach and really elevate.
Received by Klepetka. Haven't heard from Barsh in a while until then. Klepetka able to stick that fist out, keep it alive.
Another great dig there.
Barsh's second swing on the rally will give the Islanders the point.
Barsh fairly quiet in this game. We've heard so much from Brittany Gilpin, but she gets the down-the-line kill just when her team needs it.
Over the double block, they'll give Gilpin the service. Oh, a short serve and an ace.
And the Islanders have been very successful when Gilpin has served.
20th point is on the board here in a 4th set in which the Islanders can claim the title. Received by Banks. There won't be a second touch.
That's a mental mistake. She just moved her body at the last minute and misdirected the serve receive.
Islanders 4 points away. Wooten.
Great outside swing by Wooten.
That is huge with too much space to cover. The Islanders' families and friends who have made the trek to Conway are on their feet. Senior sends it into the net. 23-14, Islanders 2 points away.
The Islanders just have all the momentum there. Dorpinghouse is making those kills in the 3rd set. That time she lowers her arm and swings right into the net.
One of these programs was going to claim its first ever trip to the NCAA tournament. It won't be the Islanders just yet. Following the service error, Hughes will have the serve for HBU. Last year, women's soccer became the first Huskies program to make it to the NCAA tournament. We've seen softball represent A&M Corpus Christi in the past.
And there, Barsh with a kill. It's not a pretty one. She hits the block, but the block doesn't have its hands put back into the net, penetrating the net, so that ball goes out. And a kill nonetheless.
It is set point, which means it is match point for the Islanders for the first time in program history. A chance to close things out for the title here. It's touched at the net. This match is still alive.
The Islanders thought that they had that one. But Wooten just able to get off the blocker's hands for a kill.
And again, a service error would simply hand it over to the Islanders. HBU will have to play perfect from here on out in the fourth set. It starts with Kayla Armour. Back to back. Points for HBU, this time Gallard.
Gallard putting it away. Very good quick hit out of the middle.
No room for error. Carlson off the block. Championship is headed south to the Island University. For the first time, Texas A&M Corpus Christi captures the Southland crown.
And they are an emotional group. We saw it before the match, Lincoln, the way that they were dancing with each other, so excited, and you can see the passion in this group led by Ivy Barsh. She, of course, their emotional leader, and going out for her as a senior conference champion and going to the NCAA tournament, what a way to end your career.
The one seed prevails. It took 4 sets, but the Islanders, as you mentioned, in a week will hear their name announced for the first time in program history among the NCAA tournament field.
Yes, and this team, I mean, what they were able to do, go undefeated during the regular season in conference play and then win the conference tournament, no easy task, and they really did it just dropping that one set to HBU. Were so solid along the way.
We will take a break. When we come back to Conway, Arkansas, a trophy to be awarded to those Islanders here in the Southland.
Lincoln, I don't want to miss our flight.
I've got a full 15 minutes extra. Filling up with premium. Maybe wash the windshield.
Hush your mouth.
Well, a 20-match winning streak was not going to be enough for Texas A&M Corpus Christi to get in the NCAA tournament, but 21 in a row and a 31st victory on the year, that will do. The first ever trip to the NCAA postseason for this program.
That's right, and they just played a complete match. You had the offense led by Ivy Barsh, who had 17 kills, and then you had the defense, the 66 digs that they had, 19 by Kate Kopecka. And they really also came up with big blocking, out-blocking HBU 11-9 blocks. So Texas A&M Corpus Christi doing it in all facets of the game.
If you enjoyed this matchup, the great news is you aren't going to have to wait till next year. Both of these teams will be fielding for the first time beach volleyball programs, HBU, A&M Corpus Christi, and New Orleans, the 3 existing members of the Southland who will compete in varsity beach volleyball this upcoming spring. But obviously heartbreak for HBU, looking to become the lowest seed ever to win the conference crown.
And HBU has nothing to hang their heads about. They played a very, very good match, and they have a lot of young talent. I mean, we talked about they had to replace 3 primary passers, and that's where they struggled, is in passing and serve receive. And so they couldn't get their offense going when they didn't have those good passes, and it's something they're still sort of figuring out, is what their coach said. But they have so many players coming back next year, and they only have 1 senior, so you're going to see a lot of this talent next year in the Southland Conference from HBU, I think, making a big impact.
Well, you saw tears in the eye of Ivy Barsh. What a battle today for number 4, the senior out of Arlington, Texas. First team all-conference. She's our Southland Strong player of the match, bringing the championship back to Corpus Christi, Texas.
Yeah, Ivy Barsh doing it all, as her coach said. She had 17 kills, 13 digs, 2 block assists, and there she is with a kill down the line. And the emotion, too, just the emotion that she shows on the court.
The dance leader, the ring leader, and she just spotted herself on the big screen.
I was just going to say, she's not afraid of the big moment. There she is.
She does not hide her emotions. In a moment here, Jenny McGee from the Southland Conference will be handing the trophy over to the
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to direct your attention to center court, where Jenny McGee, Associate Commissioner of the Southland Conference, will present team and individual awards. Mrs. McGee will present the 2015 Southland Conference Volleyball Tournament runner-up trophy to the Huskies of the Houston Baptist University. Mrs. McGee will now present the 2015 Southland Conference Volleyball Tournament Championship Trophy and an automatic bid to the NCAA Volleyball Tournament to the Islanders of Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. At this time, we would like to recognize the outstanding individual performances.
The number 1 seed, now 31-4, enjoying the most successful year in program history, about to go dancing, something they know a little something about. They came into Conway as loose as anybody, no pressure whatsoever. They win all 3 matches necessary for the 2015 Southland Conference Volleyball Championship. Congratulations to the Islanders, and a great fight by the Huskies of HBU. One final time for Brooke Bentley and our entire ESPN3 crew here in Conway, Arkansas. I'm Lincoln Rose saying so long. For the first time in school history, the Islanders are volleyball champions in the Southland Conference.